Hey everyone, Coastal Central here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Dragon Khan at Portaventura in Spain. This is a B&M looper with 8 inversions, a super fun layout, and a cool theme. Although this is much overshadowed by Shambhala, it's still a fun ride that is intense and has the best inversion on any coaster, but we'll get to that later. So Dragon Khan has an awesome presence in the area of the park it is in. It is right there at the back of the park with Shambhala, and it is just awesome. Seeing that entrance with the dragons around it and the ride just roaring in the background, there's no doubt that you're stepping onto a thrilling experience. In terms of the entry area, it has a level of depth as Shambhala, but unfortunately I can't say the same about the queue. It's also a massive cattle pen, just like Shambhala's, and definitely not fun to be in. Once you get to the station, it gives off quite a grand feel and honestly is great. The restraints are the classic B&M over-the-shoulder restraints that everyone knows, and they are quite comfy. When you exit the station, a short dip and turn precedes it before climbing up the lift hill. This might look tiny next to Shambhala, but when you're up there it certainly doesn't feel small. You get a great pop of air when you come off the lift hill though, as you start to drop down into a vertical loop. This is super intense and is followed by an equally intense dive loop. Around this time, however, is where the ride starts to rattle, however, so do try to brace yourself for that. The following element is the greatest inversion of all time, the Zero G roll. If Kumba's Zero G roll is better than this, then I can't wait to ride that, because this Zero G roll actually feels dangerous. The way it flips through with such lateral force, and the whip is just so intense. It's so fast that afterwards you almost feel dizzy and in a state of shock for the next element. The Cobra roll that follows is pretty snappy and is also a great visual. You pull out of the Cobra roll and rise up into the mid-course brake run. This brake run does slow you down a bit, however you do pick up a bit of speed afterwards. You fly into a vertical loop again, being quite intense and forceful, and an upwards twist that sends you into the finale of 2 back-to-back corkscrews that's super whippy and even interlock. You do a slow twist and finally snap into the brake run. Something cool about this brake run is that it actually goes through the Cobra roll. I think that's a really cool visual and a unique bit of track placement. My favourite element on this ride is obviously that Zero G roll. I mean, what other element on this ride even comes close to it? Now to score it out of 10 on my 5 different categories. For pacing, this ride gets a 9 out of 10. It really flies, and the only slow part is that upwards twist to the brakes. For airtime, this ride really suffers. I don't think that there's a single bit of airtime on this ride, so other than that first drop, so I'll give it a 1 out of 10 for that one airtime moment. For intensity, this coaster has to get a 10. It is super forceful and makes every inversion intense in some sort of way. For fear factor, I think this ride's scariness is overshadowed massively by the almost twice as tall Shambhala, so I'll give it a 4, because although it is tall, I still think that if Shambhala wasn't there, it would be much scarier. And finally, layout, which gets an 8 out of 10. I think that this ride's layout is really very good, and I love the sequencing. The ride's overall score is 9.5 out of 10. For a B&M looper, this coaster is so fun, and I just love it. So that was my review of Portaventura's Dragon Khan. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers this year, and with your help, I can do it. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and goodbye.